My mind say, what's like the main things I want to get out of it? And it's like, I would love to get something on that wall, which means whatever go on the shirt, I gotta really make sure I'm still envisioning the wall. So I'm trying to dream it up, bring it up. Mm-hmm. And then it's kind of like, if he's seriously trying to make a statement, what's the most subtle way is with an image. Mm-hmm. But whoever is in the image is gonna possibly get a scholarship. Mm-hmm. If I can figure out how to twist that possibility to say, because I realized everything he put down was just probably a collection of shit that they do. Mm-hmm. Not that they was gonna actually do it in this project. These are just the possibilities, which is cool because that's just gonna make me try to make them shits happen. So whoever is in the picture is possibly getting a scholarship. So then it limits the pictures that I can even choose from. Because I don't want to put a group of random kids. It's easier to do kids that I know because I got access to their parents to be able to sign the, what is it called? The model release and all that kind of shit. That's why it's been me working out with the kids that I know. So then it's like, okay, so which ones? And then I got to look at who in the picture that they didn't see. And it's like Mikhail is in there. So it's like if I put the Willies, then it turns into Keyshawn in there. And if I do the Willies with the big group, it turns into Loop is the front person. And then you see Tyon and Dwayne. And it's like, that's messy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, shit. Then non-identifiable. Then TJ with the Willies. So I'm picturing. Yeah. And who I feel like I would want to try to get some money to.
And how many do you plan to submit?
I didn't know. I didn't want to give them too many. Because I don't want to confuse where it's already going. You know?
But that's one of the things he said is they do want to see more.
Yep.
And when do you plan on sending them off?
No. I'm about to think of images and walk over there and send them shits.
And you got something in mind?
Yeah, I think about the kids specifically or personally. I got something in mind. Cause it's like who? Oh, Mikhail, Malaya, Michaela. Mm-hmm. It instantly turned into. It's gotta be these kids in my family. And I just now for the first time thought about the fact that it could be the adults around me. That didn't even register when I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. Because then that opens up a different pool of images.
Right, because if you offer a scholarship, it shouldn't matter how old the person is. It's like,
or you got a daughter.
Yeah, okay.
Straight like that. Sean got a daughter. Yeah. So then it's like, ooh, do self-imprisonment go? Like, do I communicate with them with the images of what it could be?
And that opened up a whole nother range of pictures.
So it's me getting to show them these images that I almost know they ain't gonna pick. I can show them a bunch of shit that is very befitting to racism. Mm-hmm. But making that picture of them little boys the picture they pick. And let them say,
oh, gotcha.
Let them say some shit like, oh, Donald, those pictures are amazing. I see that you're an activist for real. Because that's ultimately is what they say back. Mm-hmm. But we're thinking that the ones with the little boys is the way we gonna go. And then I gotta sit there and pretend like I didn't strategically fucking do that. If I pick whack images, a whack image might get picked. And not whack, but no, I whacked me. So yeah, that's. So did any images come to mind?
For me?
Mm-hmm. Or you, Allie?
Well, I was thinking self-imprisonment, the wheelies, with Keyshawn in the front.
Mm-hmm. The one that's there.
The mural. on the Harvey Rice building.
Mm-hmm.
Playing jail.
I thought about playing jail.
That's my book cover.
You said it is? I do the one with what you call it? With Tristan. So it won't be that one.
Oh.
Yeah, I just should get him the little boy.
Alright. See, this about to take my book cover.
No, we wouldn't do that.
It's going because you ain't gonna be able to use it. It's probably got some license.
No, I wouldn't set up a situation for that.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm going in like, and then this is about to be my white book cover, so this, you ain't got no exclusive license. But if that go up on that building and that's the book cover, that shit would.
Hell yeah.
Like, that being linked in the world out there like that?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, that would be fucking crazy.
Alright.
The duo.
Because it would just one would reference the other simultaneously. Did you see that mural? I think that's the
Did you read
cover
that
of a
book?
book. Yeah, that shit would be
And
crazy.
they married.
Right.
That's raw as fuck. Like,
That would be dope.
That's probably topic of conversation in the art world because what Deidre said to me yesterday, she was talking to me about the first time she met me. And she talked about, she said, I remember meeting you at Mocha when Saul Williams came. Right?
You remember me? Who?
Me.
Oh.
She said, I remember, and she said, you was asking him all those questions. Right? How many questions did I ask Saul Williams?
One.
Right. Did we meet her that day?
I felt like no.
Do you remember what her interaction with me was?
That we couldn't sit somewhere.
And
You couldn't give him a shirt.
stop shooting.
Oh.
Deidre.
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't remember to stop shooting. Did you tell her that?
Nope.
Damn.
She was already crying.
Oh. So you supposed to let her ass fucking have it.
I let her ass have it.
But that was gonna be too much. She wouldn't be able to put her on.
Yeah, because she wasn't gonna be able to tell. She was already I did not let up on her either. Like when she started crying, I pushed right past that shit. Like I can't even lie. A nigga like me feel like, man, ain't don't nobody feel sorry for you. I'm like, I done been inside. I said I recognize tokenism is your behavior and what you do. So when I'm in them situations, yes, I hated fucking the way Newbridge was set up. But I didn't go in there and interact with them kids in a way where I was half-assing it because of what they taking me through. That's not what you're supposed to do. I said, you saying you ain't excited about the MLK and all that kind of shit? I said, everybody is experiencing that, Deidre. She like, but I mean, nobody supports me, blah, 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 blah. I said, what I used to do is I used to give them what they wanted, and I used to give them what I'm here to give them, period. Them assignments them kids was doing wasn't the shit I handed in, and they wouldn't give me an intellectual property agreement. So I refused to hand in the shit that I thought was some special shit, but I didn't choose not to interact with the kids with it.
Right.
They still having a raw experience. That type of shit. So I was giving it to her. I'm like, you talk this institution, you say these places, these buildings. I said, these are people, Deidre. Like racism, institutional racism is made up of just a bunch of racist people or people with an inferiority complex. And I'm like, and you are one of those people to this whole community. I said, and now they got you in there frustrated, voicing your opinion, trying to start talking to see if you can change something. You need to accept that it's not designed for you to change it. It's designed to change you or to push you out. I said, so you're supposed to collect your money and you're supposed to figure out how to build real relationships with the people in the community. I said, you come to Alley every year and say the same awkward ass shit of, I hate that I call you every year, but you keep doing it. I said, so at what point is it the institution and at what point are you continuously doing it? She was like, but they made me do it. But I'm like, but Deidre, that's not the only day in the year. She was like, but sometimes it's hard to get them to come up with money. I said, but Allie is the director of her program, and she already got her own budget. I said, what you don't realize is you're making the kids' experience that come here, that's their only experience. They ain't being bussed here. It's this event every year. When they recognize and they can feel that they're being used to perform for everybody. I said, and guess what? It's June. And in a minute, it's going to be August. I said, and you're gonna be approaching all these people with this same awkward conversation. Because you're not engaging in them any other time, thinking that you have to be the one to do it. You dealing with the director of every program. They can get their kids there and do whatever the fuck they want to do and call it a Fucking Cleveland Museum of Arts. This is how y'all engaging people. It's open engagement. Mocha does it. I can go teach a class, and they'll put it on the calendar to tell people that it's happening on Monday. That's how we went to Mocha a couple times. Remember we was meeting once I left Newbridge and we still met at Mocha? It was that. That is a thing. It's called something. And Mocha promotes that. And this is how Mocha engages the fucking community. Not trying to be the one to determine what you do. I was giving it to her.
So if she was crying?
Yeah, she cried. She cried a couple times. Cause she's like, I mean, I'm not getting support in there. And, in the community, I'm not getting support out. The niggas ain't supporting me. And then she talked some more. And then she was like, in that black arts, like the Alliance. And, I thought that's what that was going to be. And I was like, I'm like, why did you think that? And she was like, because this is what we need. Da, 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 da. I said, look, I'm going to tell you something. The A4 was my idea. I said this shit to Karen Gall Mills to see what she would do. And what she did was told Jennifer Coleman. And Jennifer Coleman presented it and asked me would I come. I'm like, it was my idea, so I was definitely going to watch it. But I realized that I ain't had no influence on it because I was in there scouting. I said, I did that whole thing and said that shit to Karen Gall Mills for one reason only. She said, what's that? I said, to meet one person. She said, who? I said, Carmen. Period. Me talking that shit in that meeting turned into me and Carmen chopping it. Because she came to one of those meetings. And it was like, damn, who the fuck is that? Because of whatever the fuck she said. And then a second meeting. And then it was like, oh, damn, we on the same shit. And then Jennifer Coleman voluntarily linked us together to possibly curate that shit.
And then y'all both left?
No, we were still going to the A4 meetings. Gotcha. The Bike Life show was an A4 production. Everybody was supposed to be doing anything that they was doing. They were supposed to make an A4. People were supposed to come to each other's shit. And it was all about everybody doing what they do. And then starting to engage with each other versus everybody trying to convince everybody to do the same fucking thing.
Got you. And y'all
we was the only two. We was the only two people who did anything.
Got you.
Out of the whole group of motherfuckers. Why? Because nobody else is doing anything. It was like, just make what's coming up the thing you invite people to.
Right.
And nobody invited A4 into anything. Ain't nobody making no work. Ain't nobody got no work to show, Nate. That's why they ain't having shows. What shows do we talk about pop up? We only talking about a show if we facilitating the show. And I just think, and we recognize like, oh shit, okay, it ain't time for no show yet, but it's getting time. Or pop into a group show. You might see somebody floating through the art world in a group show or two. They ain't making work. These niggas ain't artists, man. You can't be an artist if you don't make art. That's definitely got to be rule number one. So you got to figure out what the fuck art is. And then you got to figure out how to make it. And people ain't figuring out how to make art. People making shit, but people ain't making art.
Right.
Art is a form and tool of communication. There's a transfer of information happening. If that shit ain't happening, it ain't fucking art.
Yeah, I wonder if Deidre about to be in this list shit. Did she talk about that? Did she ask you about that?
Nope.
ABC. ABC, 8-4, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll come up with something.
Yeah, I'd be happy to go back up to the beginning of the email to see what all the abbreviations be made.
Because that's too much.
It be like, man, just say that shit,
All the
nigga.
ones you just said was too much.
Yeah. CAC, CPAC,
CMA, CSA.
yeah, it's like, get the fuck out of here. We call that shit arts. I go to arts. I don't go to CSA because everybody say, what's CSA? Cleveland School of the Arts, which is too fucking long. Oh yeah, I graduated from arts. People in the art world, I say Cleveland School of the Arts. Southwark, what is it? Prestigious.
Prestigious.
I be dogging us at CSA.
I love that school.
Said, "Oh, you all CSA niggas." When we rode on our little tour.
Right.
I really wanna get bike tours.
No, bro.
Because when I'm riding through and people riding with me, all I'm thinking is of a story. It's like the houses, what house I used to work on, what house we was at when we was little, what happened at that store, this street. Like I'm just riding by and I just see my whole life when I'm riding through all this shit. All the time. Is that what's wrong with me? Oh. I'm like, damn, is that... Is the nigga fucked up because of that?
What?
No, I ain't never heard that.
No. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's good.
This shit gets closer, y'all.
Babe, so that sent the MP3
Oh, it did?
with all of the songs.
Oh, all that's one email?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's even better.
Yep, so I'm about to forward this to my work and then forward it to all the niggas.